What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to unbox the Creality K1 Max. Usually I'm pretty much lasers as far as it goes, but 3D printer, I wanted to add one that I like and I enjoy and is kind of all in one to help make jigs for the laser. So let's get into it. All right. Well, so that's everything out of the box. It was pretty quick, pretty simple, um, and I would say it is 95% put together, which is completely different than other 3D printers that I've gotten. There's usually some assembly required, and you have to put pieces together. This, it looks like about all I got left is to put the little controller on right here. So let's do that real quick. All right, there's that. Got the screen on. Actually, take this whole thing off. There we go. And let's see what else we got in here. Okay, looks like we got some tools that you need for maintenance, cleaning, all that kind of stuff. A thumb drive, some grease, lubricants. I believe this is a glue stick. Yep, glue sticks. That way you can do for bed adhesion if you need it, but just general tools. Also have a roll of PLA, and this is it's the Hyper series, so it's supposed to be the fast filament. Looks like additional hot ends, because one is already installed in there. And this looks like it is for the door. So this little guy goes right here. So let's throw that on real quick. All right, and there you go. I think putting the handle on took longer than getting it out of the box, just because it's got these little weird grommets. You almost have to pre-thread them through to hold it in place, and then you can get it into the handle. So there we go. This over here is actually the top for the machine. If you decided that you needed it for different types of filament, you want more heat, less heat, that kind of stuff. And so this can be quickly removed, just has a little handle, just pops on and off. That way you can kind of control how much heat is being kept into the machine. But there you go. It is all put together and it's cruising. All right, so the machine is pretty much all put together. Got the handle on there, everything, got the screen on, and there is a couple of little spots. It shows, you can kind of see a yellow arrow back there, but there are 3 different screws that you actually need to remove off of the bed, so that way it can then be released and move up and down, kind of for like a shipping purposes. So I'll go ahead and pull those out. Through a series of checks. It has been going through, it checked the nozzle heating, the hot end, the heat break, the main fan, input shaping, and now it's finally doing the auto leveling. All right, so now it's got all the self-tests completed. So we're just gonna say okay here. And looks like it's gonna go ahead and lower the bed. And now it's checking for new firmware versions. So we're gonna go ahead and let's do the update. All right, so we made it through all the boring stuff, and now I'm going to go ahead and print a benchy. This is kind of, in 3D printing. one of the standards to calibration. So it's going to go ahead, get started, and let this print, and then we'll come back, take a look at it, because this is just straight off the machine, what they had stuck in there. So we'll see how it comes out. Crazy. It's already got some decent thickness. All right, here we go. We're into our benchy, and I mean, it has not been that long. It said it was going to be a total of 16 minutes, and we're down to 3 minutes left. And it is just cruising. And I mean, from what I can see, it looks pretty dang good. Especially, I mean, compared to other printers and with how fast this is going, it's good enough for the girls I go with. All right, all done. Looking pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and pull this thing out. Take a closer look. Oh, pops right off. I mean, from what I can see, looks pretty dang good. I mean, there's a couple of spots where there's like some ringing, but I mean, this is a high-speed print, and I mean, watching this print, like just straight across in thin air, was pretty impressive. All right, so I am not a 3D printer expert by any means. Lasers is my thing. 3D printer is something to supplement that and help. So this printer, I have a couple of other 3D printers, but this printer, hands down, is just better. It still has a really good bed size, and it's all enclosed. My other printers, they're not enclosed. So the heat and the cool, all that can kind of be a problem sometimes. I'm actually in my garage, and it is not warm in here right now. And the printer has been out here, and it has been printing in the cold with the enclosure. And all of this stuff has come out great. Everything that you see here, all of this was printed today. And honestly, I feel like on my other printers, I'd still be printing probably the first thing. That's probably a lie. I mean, some of this stuff is pretty small and would print in a decent time. But like this, it printed, I think, in like 16 minutes. Similar with this. The Benchy 2 was like 16 minutes. This, I think, was like 40. And this is a glasses holder for my son. The glasses like sit right here and then like rest on the nose. And then a variety of other things. Like this was actually an arm for the spool holder. And then I printed these. So this is actually a holder for a sander, and it was too small. I didn't realize that the sizing of it and what it was for. So I enlarged it and printed it again. And I mean, within an hour of each other, these were both done. And so, like, that's pretty impressive to me. But now that's a functional thing that I'm actually going to use. It will mount on the wall, and then my sander can actually hang into it. So I'm honestly really, really impressed with this printer. At the time of this video, I bought this printer. I think it was $790, and then plus tax or whatever on Amazon. So I'll put links in the description for this printer and what it is that I'm using. It is cheaper than the similar Bamboo Labs printer. Granted, it doesn't have the option where it can have like the AMS system with multiple print colors and all that stuff, but I didn't need that. I don't really care about the colors. I'm just going to use the filament that I got, and it can print in whatever color. If I needed a different color, I can change it out or paint it. Most of my stuff is going to be functional prints, jigs for lasers, stuff like that. But honestly, I think this is a killer printer. Has really surprised me at how well it does, how good the prints look, and I am just using the stock settings that are in Creality Print. That is Creality's slicer program, their printer stuff, and just the defaults that they have for their high-speed PLA. So nothing special. I didn't really tinker with any settings. I didn't do anything crazy, but this printer, hands down, I would buy it again, and I would recommend it to anybody to buy. I'm really impressed with it, and so I hope that this video, I mean, it may be a shoddy job because 3D printing is not my thing, so I have no clue what I'm talking about, but for not having a clue what I'm talking about, I was able to get all of this stuff done pretty quick. And so if you're looking for a printer, this is what I would recommend for you if you don't need all the multicolor stuff and all the changing of filaments. So if you liked this video, if it was helpful, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.